Hello, this is Blue Star, Defender of Equestria, and this is my next blind reaction video. Episode 24 of Season 8. Yo! Last week's episode was just so awesome. I loved it. That song was amazing, and it was just great. After I get past the first half of that episode. But after that, it's incredible, and I just love it. Yes! So I'm glad that everything worked out, that all the Kieran now talk, and everything's great. Yay! In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1... Spike flag. Oh no! Oh, that was close. What? Okay. Yay, nicely done.
Spike. Now let's try a flip. Remember, 2 flaps, then straight up.
Okay.
Got it.
What happened? Oh! Listen, one, watch where you're going! Ow. Oh dear. Oh!
You're doing great, Spike.
Ow.
Now let's see the big finish.
At this rate, he's gonna need a helmet or something. Okay. They're coming! Evade! Ow. Ouch.
I don't know about big, but I am definitely finished.
Maybe I should get Rainbow Dash. She's the one who taught me advanced flying techniques.
No thanks. If I'm gonna mess up, I'd rather do it in front of you.
Oh.
I just don't understand why none of your advice is helping.
Because she's teaching you to fly like a pony instead of a dragon.
Oh.
What's the difference?
Well, we don't have feathers for starters.
Oh. Right. Oh. Nice.
Wow! Thank you so much! How did you know I just needed to bend my wings?
Honestly, this is Dragon 101. Usually dragon parents teach this stuff.
Oh, right. Oops. Sorry.
Spike, I've been thinking about our flying lesson.
Uh-oh.
I can't believe I overlooked something as simple as feathers.
Oh.
It's no wonder you were having trouble. I wish I had more dragonish knowledge to give you.
Oh.
Do you think being raised by ponies has affected you in other ways?
Oh dear.
Spike?
Did you say something, Twilight?
Ouch.
Sorry, I'm just finishing up this thank you throw pillow for Smolder.
Oh, that was
you know
nice.
how I get when I'm in the embroidery zone.
I was thinking, maybe the answer to the question was yes. I'm pretty sure dragons don't make each other throw pillows to say thank you.
I used to wonder what friendship could be. Until you all shared its magic with me. Big adventure, tons of fun. A beautiful heart, faithful and strong. Sharing kindness an easy feat. And magic makes it all complete. You have fun. Do you know you are my very best friends?
Oh. Oh, it's like, oh dear, it's like, oh, brain is definitely malfunctioning, so... So yeah, it's like, come on, brain, work. Just work for, like, the next half hour or so. But anyway, aw, it's like, poor guy. I mean, I guess actually poor Twilight, I guess, because it's like, you know, she's coming to the realization that, oh, you know, it's like, I've tried to teach Spike as a pony, but he's not a pony, he's a dragon, and there's a lot about dragons we don't know, so, oh dear, maybe I needed to tell Spike something that I can't tell him or something, so, so, aw. And certainly as a mother figure, that would feel terrible. It's like, I've let down this person that I've basically been raising. It's like, that would be terrible. Aw, but it seems like Spike doesn't seem to mind too much. I mean, that was an interesting thought. Well, it's like, for starters, we don't have feathers. Good point. It's like the details are everything sometimes with flying. Oh. I'll say this real quick. It's like being a model airplaner. I know something about flying and stuff, but unfortunately none of that really applies here. So it's like I know how to do a loop with a model airplane, but not with wings and stuff. Whatever. Okay, that was totally off topic, but still. It'll be interesting. I mean, this one sounds like this could be interesting. It's like, could this be like another Dragon Quest thing? It's like, oh no. I hope this isn't another promo. It looks like it's a promo for an old episode, I guess. Oh, well, whatever. Oh, fortunately I've seen those episodes already, so... But anyway, so we shall see. It's like, yes, it'll be interesting to see with this episode. I think this one's gonna be good. I think I'm gonna like it, but we shall see. We shall see. Ah, dear, oh dear. It's like, we're back. Ugh. I wish my brain was back, though, so...
It's a pillow, but not for your head. Although it could be. It's a throw pillow. They're more casual. You can use them anywhere.
Okay.
You don't like it.
Father knows beast.
It's not that. It's just dragons don't really use pillows.
Bummer.
At all. What?
What?
Hey,
No.
what's that?
What's that?
I don't know.
A flaming meteor!
Right for us!
Evade! Aren't you supposed to move when giant flaming things are coming
Okay,
towards you?
Now I really owe you for the lesson.
Huh?
Hey there, young dragons. Name's Sledge. How are your tails shaking? Ooh.
You okay?
You all right?
Why are you
Yeah.
Why are you here?
What happened?
To what?
Oh!
Oh.
Ow.
I don't need to explain myself to a couple of baby dragons.
Oh. Ow? That was harsh.
No.
Ow.
Maybe not, but you're hurt and need help. So I'm taking you to Twilight's castle whether you like it or not.
Castle, eh?
Castle.
I'm glad Spike brought you here, Sludge. I understand you made quite an impression in town.
You could say that.
There's a hole in everything!
Well, I hope you're not expecting me to fix it.
It doesn't look like you're in much shape to do anything.
I'll manage. Dragons take care of themselves.
Yeah.
I don't need help from a bunch of castle-living ponies.
Ow. Are you so sure?
Darling, do be careful.
I'm fine.
Ow.
I can't watch.
I can't watch.
You're not the first stubborn dragon we've met, you know.
And sometimes even dragons need help.
No, well,
I promise, my friends and I will only do enough to get you back on your claws.
okay. Oh, all right. Oh, that was nice. What? Hey, what? You dare take my pillow? Okay. Oh, all right. Oh dear. Well, that backfired. Aww, that's kind of mean. Okay, now how did they convince them to do that? I see. Maybe. Cupcakes. Cutting. Oops. Okay. Oh. Well, that was easy. End of episode.
I know you
guess.
had your reservations, but it's good to see you feeling better.
Thanks, I guess.
That's what friends are for, darling.
Aww.
You're pretty lucky to have friends like these, kid.
Actually, I was orphaned as an egg, and Twilight raised me. So these
What?
ponies are more than my friends. They're my family.
We try our best, but sometimes I worry maybe Spike is...
Missing something deep down and dragonish.
Really? Wow, I can't tell you how glad I am to hear that.
Why in Equestria would you be glad to hear that?
Because I could
I
help.
wasn't gonna say anything since your life seems so perfect, but I have a confession to make.
Okay.
Coming to I'm your father.
Oh my gosh!
Sorry.
It's like, breathe, Pinky, breathe. Spike, I am your father! In some ways, I never thought I'd hear that in My Little Pony, I guess. Oh no! I mean, given the episode title, it was kind of not difficult to figure that out. It was, but I was like, okay, why are you here? I'm sorry, because obviously he didn't become a flaming meteor and crash in Ponyville for nothing. He's here for a reason. It's like, he's here to see his long-lost son. Oh. Oh dear. It's like, well, this is gonna be difficult and awkward. It's like, why, Dad? Why? Oh dear. But, yeah. I did like how they were sneaky and trying to help the dragon, because that was sneaky and clever. Because I guess sometimes you have to be sneaky and clever when it comes to these things. It's like, oh, it's like, I don't want to get on the treadmill and exercise. It's like, but it's like, but you know that he'll run around everywhere to get the cupcakes and everything. So cunning. Yes. So. Unfortunately, this is one of these. It's like, well, I'm sure there will be plenty to talk about later, but right now there's not much to talk about now, because it's like, they're gonna tell us! They're gonna tell us what's gonna happen next and stuff, because, you know, it's like, oh, it's like, we met his dad, and now I'm sure the dad's gonna tell us what happened after all this time and everything, and then they'll be like, oh my gosh! But we shall see. Oh, yeah, I really wish my brain was working right now. Boom! Oh dear. So yes. So, but yeah, again, it's like, I'm totally surprised. It's like, I am your father. Definitely not a thing I would expect to hear in a show like this, which was kind of surprising, because, oh dear. Because parents don't really have a great role in this show, or most kids' shows, because it's about the kids and not the parents and stuff. So, but in this case, it's gonna be a little bit different. So, oh dear. But it's definitely will be nice to hear the backstory. I mean, so far I'm kind of not too impressed with the dad himself, but we shall see. You know, it's like, oh dear. But anyway, we are back. Yo.
So, you crashed in Ponyville on purpose?
Well,
yeah.
the crash part wasn't on purpose, but heading here was.
Oh, okay.
I've been searching everywhere for you, kid.
Oh.
Did you ask in the Crystal Empire? I'm kinda well known there.
Actually, Spike's well known everywhere. Not a
Yeah.
lot of dragons were hatched by the Princess of Friendship.
Mm-hmm.
You make it sound so simple. I wish you'd been there to help me search.
Oh.
I can't believe it. I have so many questions.
Well, ask away. Answering questions is what dads are for.
I guess my
I'm a little
biggest question is
suspicious.
simple. Why was I an orphaned egg?
Why?
Kid, you sure you don't want to ask something else? It's a lot of painful memories.
Yeah, we know. Please, Dad.
Your mother was the best dragon I'd ever met.
Aw.
The Dragon Lord even picked her to scout for the Great Migration, and even though she just laid your egg, we knew she'd have to go. But finding the migration route could take a lifetime, and you deserved a chance to know your mother.
Aw.
So I went looking for her, carried your egg to places no dragon or pony has ever been. Past Mount Eris, the abandoned home of the hippogriffs.
Oh, we were there.
Did you visit Klugetown?
You've been to Klugetown?
Yeah.
What?
Also, the hippogriffs returned to Mount Eris after we helped them defeat the Storm King.
Hey.
Oh, well, have you heard of the land of the scale collectors?
No.
Because that's where your mother's trail finally led. To a prison world of dragon hunters, where I was forced to choose between surrendering myself or surrendering your egg.
Oh dear.
Of course, there was no way I was gonna sacrifice my boy, so they took me instead, and that's where I've been ever since. Locked up somewhere not even the Princess of Friendship has heard of.
Whoa. How did you know I was a boy?
Whatever happened
Good
to Spike's
point.
mom?
And how did the egg make it all the way back to Equestria by itself?
Yeah.
I wish I had all the answers.
Well, that's all in the past. The only thing that matters now is that
Aw,
we're
poor
together.
guy.
And I'm
Still
gonna make up
suspicious.
for last time. I hope you don't mind, but I have a list of all the things I always wanted to do with my dad.
Aw, you
Mine?
did?
Spike, my boy, with you by my side, I feel like we can do anything. What do you want to do first?
Well, I've kind of been working on a list for a long time.
Okay.
Dude, you want to do all of this?
Oh, I mean, we don't have to.
Wait, did you just call him dude?
If you think doing everything on this incredibly long list is gonna fill the hole where your dragonishness should be, then that is exactly what we're gonna do.
Okay. It's a cue montage. I guess. That's not what you were supposed to do. Okay, what do we do now? Uh-oh. Oh, right, I forgot to give you something. Aww. I was gonna say, it's like, his heart's rubbing Eve already. It's like, what's with the snow? It's like summer. Ugh, I'm not gonna wear this apron. Oh, look, cupcakes. Oh.
I can't believe we got so many things done. But this is all my stuff.
Aw.
Is there anything you always wanted to do with me?
Not really.
Ugh. Not
Yeah,
what?
I mean, I'm happy to do whatever you want. But if I had a castle like this, with all this stuff, I'd probably just lay around all day doing nothing like a real dragon.
Like
Bummer.
a real dragon?
Bummer.
Sure. I'm not surprised you don't know any better. Twilight basically raised you as a pony. You're barely a dragon at all.
Ow. That was harsh. But probably true.
Hey, Spike. How are
Sort of.
things going with Sludge?
Honestly, I
Yeah.
thought having him around would make me feel more dragonish.
No.
But I kind of feel less.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wish I could help.
Oh, shucks. I guess I shouldn't have said anything about you being more pony than dragon. I just wish we had more in common.
Maybe you two can come up with ways to turn up Spike's, dragonishness.
You sure that's a good idea?
Think that's something we can do?
You know what, son? I think it is. Spike, I'm gonna teach you a
song.
thing or two about being a dragon.
Okay.
So listen up, my boy, because I'm only gonna say this once.
Sure.
At this castle where you live,
It's pretty sweet, right?
you can't be a dragon here.
Darn.
Look at these books up on the wall.
Hey, I just finished organizing those.
This treasure pile's not right, I fear. Trust me, I got you covered here. You see all this soft pony stuff you're surrounded
Oh.
with? This has got to be the first thing to go. Nothing about this place says Dragon Den. There's too much fluff.
Bummer.
All these fancy robes toss in a pile.
Ooh.
Take those goblets' dishes. Is that gold still not enough? Deponifying might just take a while.
I don't like
This
this
place
song.
is grandiose, but to a dragon, it's just gross.
Bummer.
Time we make the lot all disappear.
Ah, get the cameraman.
Reality, you need a dose. To all these ponies, you're too close. You just can't be a dragon here. Good job, my boy. But this is still just the beginning. Each and every dragon has a swagger all his own. Watch, and I'll show you what I mean. You can't move like this with so much stuff to weigh you down. A dragon always keeps it lean.
Really?
Look, this. Oh, this is nice. Your life is soft, your scales are coiffed. These pillows, beds, and sheets are washed. A delight, but it's just not right what's underneath. Every dragon must be free. Look at you, then look at me. Since when do dragons brush their teeth?
I'd rather
Sure,
not.
this place is grandiose, but to a dragon, it's just gross.
Hey, look out!
Make the lava disappear.
Hey! Hey, watch it!
Just grab it
Hey,
all
nice
and give
save.
it to me. After that, then you'll be free. You just can't be a dragon here.
You're right. I feel better already.
You
What
do?
did I tell you? You're very lucky that I found you. Now go get me some more.
You got it. I'm gonna go get you all the cushy pony stuff I've got, Dad.
Great. Go get him, son. 'Cause this dragon just can't wait to live here.
Oh. Darn it! I knew. Oh no! I knew there was something going on. Oh dear, oh dear. So I guess the first question is he really his dad? Possibly, but in some ways I hope not. Because, oh dear. It's like, dragons travel light? Really? I thought dragons like hoard treasure and just keep it somewhere. That doesn't sound light to me, but... Oh no. Unfortunately, it's like, I'm kind of like, oh, just... I am reacting to what I'm just seeing. It's like, oh, poor Starlight Glimmer, she was flung out of the castle, but fortunately, nice save. Well, that was embarrassing. Oh no, it's like, oh, poor Spike and everything. It's just like, there's parts of me thinking, shouldn't they have learned that, you know, being a dragon and being a pony are two very different things that don't really work well together. So, you know, trying to get this guy to basically be more like a dragon may not be such a good idea. Oh dear, but... But yeah, it's like, oh, I knew there was something up with that guy. Maybe. Well, I was thinking, well, maybe he just wants to. It's like, ironically, if he wants to just live in this castle with all the soft stuff, well, then he's not really telling him the truth, and that, oh, it's like dragons actually do like this stuff. It's like, we just don't want anybody to know. We gotta keep up that tough dragon image. I guess, I don't know. But yeah, it's like, I kind of like the beginning of that whole thing. It's like, well, how did the egg get all the way from there to Equestria? It's like, they're already questioning him and being like, well, we don't totally believe you on this. And I think that's good, and it's questionable. Just because somebody walks up to you and, you know, it's like, I am your father, doesn't necessarily mean that they really are, and doesn't necessarily mean that they have your best interests at heart. So, So, yeah, and it does sound like they had every reason to be suspicious of this guy, but they've also welcomed him in with open arms and stuff, so... oh dear, it's like, this makes me sad, because it looks like this could just be a big scam by this guy. That would be devastating, but, dear, oh dear. Yeah. It's like, yes, hopefully, fortunately the show is going to be back on in every 30 seconds or so. Watching these promos for the My Little Pony Halloween episodes. I like it. But anyway, we're going to see what happens next, because the episode is almost back. Yes, it's back now. Oh. Knock, knock.
Spike? I
Spike.
just thought I'd check to see if you and Sludge had any luck turning up your dragonishness. It's hard not to feel like somehow I let you down all these years.
Hey.
Oh, I'm
Hi.
so sorry.
Well, that was
I didn't mean
awkward.
to barge in on you.
Don't worry about it. Me castle is Sue castle.
What? It's...
Right. Well, I'll just get out of your way.
Wait, what? It's her castle, remember?
Oh, Spike. I'm so sorry. My morning is not going well.
Oh.
What is all this?
Why'd you leave the castle so early?
I didn't leave. I spent the night outdoors to get in touch with my dragon side.
Huh?
Outdoors?
Yeah, and Sludge asked me to bring him the best breakfast Ponyville has to offer so he can show me how a real dragon would eat it. See you later.
Okay.
And that's why I thought we could use the map to...
Hey!
Hey, gang. Dad was just showing me how a real dragon would act in the throne room.
dragons like to sprawl when they get their claws done. Now, if you'll all excuse me, it's time for my bath.
Isn't he the best?
No.
I'm not sure that's exactly the word I would use.
That was...
Spike, the bath isn't gonna fill itself, son.
Hey.
Right there, Dad.
Oh. No, come on, Spike.
I'm glad you're not spending the night outside again.
Oh, I am. I'm just looking for a good bedtime story to read to my dad first.
What?
It's nice that you have some pony to show you dragon culture. But are you sure that's what Sludge is doing?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, taking over your room, making a mess of things.
That is dragon culture.
Yeah.
You never acted like that.
That's because you raised me. Now I finally have a chance to see how I'm supposed to be.
What?
I don't think you're supposed to be any different than who you are.
Maybe you just don't like that I have a real parent now.
Ow. Ooh. Yeah, that's
So true. I'm glad Sludge is here. I just wish he wasn't such a...
Dragon? Of all ponies.
Oh.
I can't believe you would have a problem with that.
Ow.
Oh.
Oh, the pain, the pain. Oh, that was just so hurtful.
What happened to you?
Just sleeping outside like we're meant to.
What?
It's not like dragons are supposed to live in castles.
I guess not. But I live in the school. Nothing says we have to live outside.
So
True.
confused. It's been great having Sludge show me how to be a real dragon, and Twilight just doesn't get it.
What do you mean?
She can't handle how good at being a dragon Sludge is. Maybe someday I'll be able to lay around doing nothing as well as he does.
What?
What?
Not now, of course. I'm too busy bringing him pony stuff so he can show me what a dragon would do with it.
So, Sludge just lays around while you wait on him clawing tail? Dragons are rude and rebellious, but they aren't lazy lumps who take advantage of their kids.
Oh.
Now I'm
Well, that's
really
good.
confused.
Me too. Why don't you tell me everything Sludge said about being a dragon?
Okay. Well, this might take a while.
Hey, what's going on, son?
Twilight doesn't like having real dragons in the castle, so I told her we're moving out.
What? No.
You what?
Spike! I found the perfect cave where you two can live.
Oh, good.
There aren't even any comfortable rocks inside.
Drat.
That does sound perfect.
No, it doesn't. I mean, I'm not sure I fully demonstrated all the ways a dragon would live here.
I like this
But
plan.
we're not going to live here anymore, so it doesn't matter.
It matters to me. I want to make sure you have all the knowledge you need.
But I
Sure
do.
you do.
Dad, you've already shared so much.
Oh, yeah.
This bed is much too soft. Just
Oh,
take
no.
that silk robe up. We can't
Hey.
be dragons living here.
Don't you think about it. Talk about a pillow fight.
Ah, stop! I'm not your father. I just said that to get in on this sweet castle life.
Drat.
So, you pretended to
That
be
was
my dad?
terrible.
Nah, don't look at me like that, kid.
Why?
I did what any dragon would do.
No, you didn't.
Hey, I saw an opportunity and I took it. That's what dragons do.
No, it isn't.
Oh.
You know what? I don't need this. I'm out of here. Enjoy living Pony Town. I'm taking this pillow.
Fine.
Can't believe I thought some pony like that could show me how to be anything.
Aw.
It must be hard growing up not really knowing who you are.
That's the thing. I know exactly who I am. And how I got that way.
Oh dear.
Twilight?
Oh, hi. Where's your father?
Who knows?
He's gone. Turns out he wasn't what a real dragon should be after all. He also wasn't my real dad.
Aw, poor
Oh,
Spike.
Spike.
I'm so
I'm
sorry.
so sorry.
I'm the one who's sorry. You were just worried about me and I lost my temper.
Aw.
Sludge was just a great big phony.
Yo.
I have to say, I'm not surprised. There's no way a dragon like that was related to you. If
Yeah.
you still want to search for your real family, I'd understand if you spent more time in the Dragonlands.
I don't think so. I already know who my real family is.
Aww.
It's me, right?
Yeah.
Besides, there's no way I'm living without pillows.
And as always, thank you to you hardworking people working so hard on the show. Yo. Oh, it's just so touching. I think there's a tear in my eye. Oh no. Unfortunately, security! Stop that dragon! Oh well, whatever. Good riddance. So that was Father Knows Beast. This episode should have been named Father is a Beast. But I thought this was actually kind of interesting that this totally feels like what a dragon is, you know, about being selfish, about hoarding stuff, but now Smolder confirms that no, it's like even dragons don't abuse and take advantage of their own kids. So, yay! I was sort of thinking, what's the point of this episode? What is the moral or the lesson? I guess it's, you know, your biological family are not necessarily your family. Those people who were there for you, those people are your family. And I'm glad that this guy was not Spike's father, because that would be really bad. Because he's just a jerk. Unfortunately, my thoughts upon his escape were, target acquired. Or more likely, security! Stop that dragon! In some ways, there's definitely a case of, nah, we don't really care. Good riddance, just go. And never come back, you jerk. I mean, this is terrible. I mean, he's pretending to be his dad just so that he could basically take over the castle and stuff and do whatever he wants. So in some ways, I feel like shouldn't have just gotten away with that. But still, it's just fine, go away. I guess the other point of this episode is that you have to be a little bit suspicious of someone who just comes up to you and says, oh, I am your father, and oh, I want to teach you and everything, but no. But clearly this dragon does not care, because if he did, he would basically not be turning his son into a slave. And I'm kind of disappointed that Spike didn't realize that sooner. That's like, hey, wait a minute. I think at some point Spike should have been, now wait a minute. I know dragons are, you know, rude and selfish and stuff, but this seems a little bit much. This feels like I'm just doing all this stuff for him, but he hasn't done anything for me, so, well, he did do all that stuff with him at the beginning of the episode, so maybe he's feeling like, oh, okay, Dad's done all this cool stuff for me, I'll do all this cool stuff for him. I guess, I don't know. Oh, the pain in this episode. I must admit, I love that scene with Twilight and the X-ray, her heartbreaking. It's like, that's just exactly the way Twilight feels. I hope that wasn't physically what happened, because that would have been really problematic. Oh, what a terrible thing to say to someone. You're not my real parent. Oh, I've tried to raise you so well, Spike, how could you? But it's kind of good that Twilight doesn't really say anything about it. She's trying to be supportive of Spike, even while Spike is breaking her heart. Okay, son, I'm glad that you're happy. Oh, but my heart is broken into a million pieces, but I'm gonna go over here and cry now, so, okay. Aww. I kind of was surprised that Spike was so hurtful to this pony that's basically raised him from an egg. Why, Spike, why? Makes me think that maybe the other subpoint in this episode is that sometimes you get so wrapped up in other things that maybe you don't realize that you're hurting somebody that you care about. He's so thinking about, oh, what does it mean to be a dragon, that he's completely forgot what it means to be a pony, and by extension, himself, and, you know, forgetting that this pony that he's hurting is the pony that's raised him from a very egg, so even if this was his real father, this is the pony that's raised him like a mom. At the same time, I'm also thinking, yeah, it was great that Twilight was not openly, how could you do that to me, Spike? At the same time, nobody should take this kind of insult without saying something to it, because like, that hurt my feelings and shattered my heart, how could you? To say that that was hurtful was an understatement. Oh, but I kind of like the way they dealt with that. The X-ray, it really drove home that her heart is breaking, but it's also doing it in sort of a kind of a funny way. It's kind of balancing the shock of this with a little bit of humor, I guess. I don't know. My brain is malfunctioning, and my reactor senses are telling me I need to stop because I'm just rambling on. I kind of like this episode. I definitely don't like the song. It's like, this is a functional song. This is driving the story forward, but it's not by itself so great, and it's also kind of sad. Kind of like that song, I forgot who, or what episode or whatever, because I got a short-term memory. The kid who was trying to convince them to never get their cutie marks. I don't like that because it's like, in both of these cases, like, this person is leading them over a moral cliff and then telling them to jump off. I'm pretty certain what Sludge is trying to get him to do is wrong, and it's gonna end badly for Spike, so I'm like, no! And it almost ended badly for Starlight Glimmer, who was literally thrown out with the bathwater, so... No! Fortunately, she's got really good reflexes. It's kind of a bummer that, I am your father, was all a lie, and that this guy is not actually his father. We didn't, in some ways, learn anything more about Spike. We kind of start back off kind of where we were, but at the same time, Spike learns the very important lesson of he knows exactly who his family are and who they aren't. And it was kind of interesting to see Smolder and Spike kind of working together. I liked that plan. That was such a deceptive and clever plan. I like it. Get the guy to confess. We're gonna take all the soft, pleasurable things that you like so much, and we're gonna take them away and make you live in a dark cave, because that's what you told us being a dragon is. So we're gonna follow what you preach. No, I will not give up all my pillows. No. Yeah, that was a great, clever way. And best of all, they did it without any of the other ponies' help. So good for them. So, I don't really like this episode all that much. I definitely sense an afterthought review in my future. But for now, I don't really like this one, but I think it probably had a decent lesson in there somewhere. But it was nice to see Spike see who his real family was. It's a beautiful thing. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you for commenting, liking, and subscribing, and until next time, this is Blue Star. Stay strong, and pony on. Blue Star out.